course, man. First up, gotta start off the day. Hello, Americans. Another friend subscribes around the world. Back here, man. Must be an airplane. Thought I heard something. So today we're up on a different mountain range. This one, the morels usually come on a little later than the other ones. Up where we were at last time, I think the kids are going to go up there today. Yeah, I think tonight they said they were going to run up there. So I just left that. That's, they'll go up there. Man, it was cold yesterday. Rain dumped. I mean, dumped. Plus wind, man. It was nasty yesterday. Did a pop-up auction over a whatnot, man. My hands were freezing. It was dang right cold, man. Probably, to go from 96 a couple of days before that down to 40-something. That's a big change. Yeah, not too. Like I said, man, this is where the morels come on, usually the latest. This is the last patch, so it's actually, we're hitting this pretty early. And I'm not really coming up for morel hunting or mushroom hunting. I'm coming up to give me some church. Give me some church. I'll be coming. I need a lot of it right now. Just coming up to get some. But the last time we were up here, there was a tree in the road. If you look back on the videos, I don't know, it's probably been 3 weeks maybe, and didn't make it far. And there was a tree in the road, and there was a snowmobile or side-by-side tracks. There wasn't really room for my truck, but the road was snow covered big time, so we ended up turning back that time. That wasn't that far up here. So, but and I'm sure we'll make it up here this time, but there may be still patches of snow up here. This is a north facing side of the mountain, so it's stays shaded and cold a lot more over here than one of my other mountains. Where I thought about going, I actually slept in this morning, man. First time, because I haven't been sleeping all that great, and I slept in until 6:30. Man, I felt like I was getting up at noon. That's not normal for me. I've been 3:30 or 4 is when I've been getting up, and I woke up at 3:30, and I thought about it, and I was like, man, I don't feel like getting up. I'm still tired, so I went back to bed. Right here's one of our patches. Went back to bed and then slept till 6:30. But well, there's a grouse that just ran across the road too. I guess we'll go up here. We'll get out and check it out just because. Uh-oh. We'll need some 4-wheel drive for that. A little bit muddy. There we go. That grouse just ran off into here. Let's see. Old fool hen. Get out straw. I still haven't fixed my dang e-brakes. I'm gonna put a parking box. Oops. I always locks this dang door. He wants to be safe, I guess. Hear that drumming. Old grouse wanting to mate. So this is a thick steep. And we found a gob of morels on this. We actually, now we're finding them right alongside the road, right along here. Last year when we were walking up to the patch. I think I'm just gonna poke my head in. I was gonna, my plan when I was driving was to drive on by it. But when I got closer, I was like, well, maybe I should walk around and see. You know, if I walk up here and there's morels everywhere, obviously it'll turn into morel hunting. But yeah, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's pretty steep. Oh man, all that rain. I wish I had smell-o-vision. Oh, it smells amazing out here. Yeah, usually along these falls, like I said, it's pretty chilly. I don't know what the temps is. There's some grass feathers. Whew. It's pretty dang steep. In here, man. These are all fir trees. And up underneath here, usually, like I said, man, it's still pretty early for this patch. But, right in here, all these fir trees, we found, 20, 30, 40 of them. Just, I ain't even seeing no babies or nothing. Till you get up here, man, there's as far as I'm concerned, you can't get no closer to God. Old grandma at this point. See, I can just come up here and talk to her all day. I've been talking to Grandpa for 30 plus years, especially up in here. And sometimes you might even talk back. I may not talk, but I sure hear his voice. This is another, there's, dang it. See, it'll rain it like them. Popping up right there. Coral. Them are edible. Them edible. Man, they are a nightmare to clean. But probably won't take them now, but I know where they're at, so I'll ask Miss Raina if she wants some. But she takes the time and cleans them, so they're tasty, man. They're good. That sure ain't. Down in here. What we did is kind of this overgrown. This was used to be kind of a path, game trail, man. Not so much now, but this is circling back down to the truck. You gotta look at these. Tell you, man, Tell muskrat all the time. Under the fir trees. This, see the needles, how they're flat on here? That's piss fir. That's what, I can't remember that word. That they, the nutrients and everything, they feed off each other. Not that you won't find them everywhere else, too, but, I heard a story one time of it's in that book, man, the mushroom hunters. Man, one was grown out of a shoe one time. Morels are where you find them, just like gold. Yeah, there's some trilliums. Purple too. Yeah, man. Seeing all these are fir trees. But I think it's just too cold on this side of the mountain, north side. Depending on what this weather does here in a couple weeks is when this will be off that other. Whoa, dude! When we took you the other couple times, man, that's get a lot more sun and stuff on that. That's let's see, that's that mountain. Well, the one we're down in a low valley, so it gets a lot of sun all the way around. And then the hillsides and stuff are definitely not north facing. Alright, man. Head back down to the truck. Was happy to see the coral mushroom though. I have to tell Miss Randy about that. Definitely a muddy butter. Better than snow. And then right up here around a couple of bends here, that's where the snow was last time. Yep, there's the tree. That's the tree, and that was all snow all the way to here. And that's red fir. Nice toothpick right there. Dang muddy. Oh, it ain't too bad. Sometimes down the next little road that we pull into. And I was thinking after that, all that rain, this might be too dang muddy. And then they, right up around this bend here, this camera's got turned. Right up around this bend, they did a bunch of. Oh, there's actually a camper up here. What the heck? This ain't muddy at all. Holy crap! There's a village up here. Ain't going there. That's nuts. Oh no. That is crazy. Either turkey hunters or mushroom hunters. Oh. And then there doesn't look like there's, unless they're out hunting, doesn't look like there's any. It really blows my mind, man. I don't usually run into people like that. Middle of the week, especially this early, come after Memorial Day and stuff, man, you start seeing a lot more. People don't work no more, man. Man, I spend all my time during the week. You don't catch me out on the weekends. Weekends don't mean much anymore, though. And I remember, back in the day, going out during the week. That's the awesome thing about being self-employed. Man, I always worked on weekends and take days off during the week. And it used to be, man, if you did that, there's nobody out. Let's see this. This one gets pretty gnarly. Let's see how bad it is. It don't look bad either. Oh, it's crazy. As much rain as there was last time. I mean, it poured. This right here is usually a big mud puddle. It ain't even full of water. I brought you down here a dozen times. You're right there. Me and Miss Kitty was up here last year and just slid over and ended up having to go up the, I don't know if that was on video, had to go up an old logging road to get out. But yeah, it used to be, man, you'd come up during the week and it was just desolate. But ever since COVID, man, ever since, you know, now everybody works from home, which I totally understand, man. I work from home. I love it. I have for many years, other than running out. You used to have to run out and haul my junk everywhere, you know, every weekend, because that was the thing, working on the weekends, you know, when you resell, you know, and you're a junker and stuff, you know, every weekend I was going out and setting up, you know, flea markets and antique shows every weekend, you know, and you'd either set up on Thursday or Friday, and then, man, break down. There was times I was there, you know, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, Sunday after a show, but that, and I always had time during the week to come up here. Nowadays, I don't really know if there's even normal weekends. That's crazy. It was supposed to rain. Oh, it still might. Kitty was saying that it's still calling for it this afternoon. I think that they ended up getting a lot more rain yesterday than they thought they would. Grab this slab. If I didn't bring my chainsaw, I would have sawed that up. It's alright, I'll make a mental note of it.